Okay, hope it's recording. Hola, yo soy Stanislav, or they call me Stanley, de la banda KRANG de la República Checa. Well, that's all I all I can do with my Spanish. Okay, so hi guys. I was asked to do interview or like answer some questions.
Zer diozu Ninja Dordokei buruz?
Oh, well, what about? I mean, Krang is one of the main villains in Ninja Turtles comic or cartoon, and since we all love Ninja Turtles, then with the help of our guitar player Gabo's niece, because we don't know how we're gonna be called, and she said, well, let's you can be called Krang, and we like it, so we choose the name Krang for the band. So that's about the Ninja Turtles. We got a song about Casey Jones, and we plan to also about the Krang, and we maybe plan, or I'm planning to do some lyrics about the Ninja Turtles in our next album if we gonna record one. So yes, that's it. It's awesome cartoon, good for the kids, so they know what is good and what is bad. And well, it will teach them to love pizza, which is really important, I think. Yeah, that's it. So okay, let's go to the question número dos.
Zein da jende kurduaren egoera?
Well, that's that's not an easy question. Kurdish people, as probably most of you know, is the biggest minority which doesn't have their own state. They are it's more than 40 millions of Kurdish people around the world, and mostly they are separated in those four Kurdistans right now: north, east, west, and south. Like south of Turkey, north of Iraq, west of Iran, and then Syria. So far from all of those, the Iraqi Kurdistan has the biggest autonomy. They have their own government, their laws, and they are kind of independent, and they're living their life. So but they have also problems like every other country. But they have the biggest freedom, and they are called Kurdistan. The rest is pretty hard, but I think that question was probably mentioned about the Syria Kurdish people. Well, it's not good. The revolution is still on. The struggle is still continue, but since USA withdraw by the order of the worst president in American history, Donald Trump, they withdraw the forces, and with that vacuum, the Turkish army comes to north of Syria and get the whole piece of the land there. So yeah, we have a Turkish army in northern Syria, but the Syrian regime is kind of weak to do anything with it. They probably even don't want, because they don't like Kurdish either. So it's like enemy of my enemy. Well, so it's kind of like status quo. Okay, there are Turkish army in there, but the fight still continues. Like YPG and YPJ units working together with Peshmerga, which are like the Iraqi army, and as we think that Islamic State is gone, it's not. A lot of sleeping cells getting back active, and they got a lot of reinforcements and material and weapons delivered from the Turkey secretly. So like Kurdish people try to keep them on leash, fighting for all of us. So yeah, the struggle is on. The Kurdish people want their own state, but it's gonna be really long journey with unsure, and well, then all of those 4 Kurdish parts are not compatible. So even if there is no outside threat, like every country like don't like the Kurdish people, then even they don't like each other much, so they have to find a way how to unite, and well, then probably we're gonna see some good results, but so far it's not ideal. It's not total disaster, but okay, it's not good. Okay, wow.
Zein da zure iritzia sexu sistema bitarrari buruz?
Well, yeah. That's a I'm not the expert on this. For me and for us as a band, there is no. We don't do a different. Well, there is no. We don't do the difference between what sexual orientation you are, what skin color you have, or if you're a man, woman, or well, whatever. The things that you do, how you behave, are the most important. The things that you do. So for me, I don't. Well, it's okay. Well, whatever you feel like, let's go. Let's do it. You don't feel like a man, you don't feel like a woman, okay, let's live like that, okay. The not the problem, but the problem starts when you will need probably okay, if everyone will want their own toilet, and then probably we have a lot of toilets everywhere. And me as a plumber, we have this saying in Czech Republic that shit from all the toilets go to the same pipe, and all the water to all the toilets goes from the same pipe. And well, for me, I will keep toilets together, okay. I mean, when men, women, bi, bisexuals, whatever, well, as I said, the same one shit, same pipe. And but the problem is very deep. I got a lot of friends who are working with these people because it comes with a lot of psychological problems, because they feel different and society don't accept them as they are, as they think they are, and it could end tragically for them with suicide or drug addiction or something like that. It's not good. Well, so that's it. I got not much to say. So we don't care what kind of sexual appetite you have, but you have to be a human, and your actions speaks more than anything else. And that goes vice versa. Like, people should not judge before you really know that person and know who he is. So yeah, that's it. Okay, I think I get that. Question answered. Okay, one more. Not one more. There's a lot of more.
Zein harreman dago tximinoen eta arkade makinaren artean?
You mean a cover of our last album? It's called Make Arcade Great Again, which is parody on Donald Trump quote, Make America Great Again, which I think was silly because, well, that's for longer story. So we just changed the words to make arcade great again, because we think that as we sing in the song, it's much better to push in a button at your arcade machine than pushing a button at your gun, because what happens in United States with all those guns, deaths, and shootings, it's terrible. That gun have more rights than women, and well, USA is a good country. Most of the things I love comes from the USA, but they have also some serious issues which they should work on, and well, it's not gonna be easy. That's why people should be active, care more about politics, because politics, someone says don't fuck off politics. No, it's wow, did you see that? That was Boba Fett Mandalorian helmet just fall down. Don't know what that means, what kind of sign it is. Maybe it was because of the oh yeah, I said don't fuck off politics, so he probably will go and attend the election, right? Yes. Yes, because politics is in our everyday life. It's not, some people like punks think that politics is just about the guys who's sitting on the top and stealing money and just talking shit. No, it's the politics starts at the commune, at your village, at your small town, at your hood, whatever. You can try to do to make it better. At our village, I am from a small village. I see the communal politics, how if we plant new trees in the forest, what kind of like free water for the tourists who comes. There are a lot of small things all around you which affects your everyday life, and those things are made, upgraded, or cancelled, or built by politics, even the local politics. Then it comes bigger and bigger and higher, and then you got that you got city council, then you got state council, or and then you have this government, and even if it's sometimes look really fucked up, how our Western politics or the situation looks like, well, look at the Russia, look at the China, look at the Northern Korea, look at the Cuba. I think none of us wants to live there, because it's fucking hard. People cannot even imagine how hard have to be for, especially for punks. I'm not even talking about gays or lesbians or bisexual people. Those people are going straight. They live through hell, and in North Korea probably you will get sent to one of their those concentration camps. In China, I don't believe is even better. Russia, well, you get a lot of shit on your head for being different, and well, here is not that golden, but well, at least you can go out on the street and kiss whoever you like, and they will not beat the shit out of you or get you to prison or worse. It's much better. So okay, well, I didn't reply the question, what the relation between monkeys and arcade. Okay, so not sure if you guys are sci-fi fans, but check out the 2001 Space Odyssey movie, and there's the scene with this monolith coming from the ground and the monkeys all around it, just slowly touching that monolith. And yeah, so that was the inspiration. That was the inspiration for our cover. like the arcade machine going up from the ground as the monolith in that movie, and those people just throw away those silly red head and the guns and are drawn to the better thing, the arcade. So that's the parallel between the monkeys and the arcade machine. Okay, next question.
Zein izan da zuen hiru albumetan zehar egon den evoluzioa?
Well, there were some, well, especially for the last album, we have 3 albums. The Baddest Brain, the first one, then the Sing-Along, second one, and now the Make I Great Again. First 2 albums, they were kind of like really recorded by the punkest way. Just go to the studio with 7 songs. We go out with like 11 because we don't have enough material. So we in hurry recorded something in the studio just to have this full length, even if it had 20 minutes. And on the last album, the evolution was much better because we have a producer for this for the first time, which was a singer of Useless ID, Yotam Ben-Horin, who worked with us on preparation of the songs in advance. Couple of months we get these Zoom sessions and we play our ideas, his ideas, and we do demos, which we don't do before. So yes, everything was more professional and take a longer time, more work, and the post-production was taking a long time. So it was kind of like the latest album, Make America Great Again, was like the most adult so far for KRANG. That was probably the biggest evolution. Well, I think that's it.
Munduko zein tokitan zehar biratu duzue?
Oh, well, let's start from the beginning. So first we tour Mexico and the Central America countries like Guatemala, Costa Rica, Nicaragua got cancelled, but San Salvador, which was really kind of like dangerous, but great people. We have a lot of good friends from there. Then we tour Japan. With Hi Vaki, if you're looking, and the whole R&R team. Great people. Japan was fantastic. Then we tour USA from from east to west and back. 12 or 14 shows, something like that. Then we toured once Europe with Useless ID 3 years ago, and then we play in Israel a couple of shows, and that's probably it. And then we tour some place in the UK, like England, and we tour countries around Europe, but not tour. It's mostly like for 1 or 2 gigs. So yes, that we played. We haven't played Spain or Basque. I'm going to the next question.
Ezagutzen duzu Euskal Herria? Gustatuko litzaizueke Euskal Herrian zuzenean jotzea?
Well, from school, I know that Basque is the region or autonomy. I think you have autonomy, but you're a little bit independent on the Spain, but still you're part of it. If I'm right, and I know you have a beautiful mountains and sea, so it's a really good combination. And then you have a different language, the Basque language, right, which is different from the Spanish, but still I think you speak Spanish, right? I hope I didn't offend anyone, because well, then I'm getting to this ETA organization and all those separatist groups, because it was big in back in the 90s. I know that they made a lot of attacks on the government buildings and targets, also some civilians. I have never studied this too deep, so I don't want to say who's right or who's wrong in this case, because sometimes you think you're not free, and you fight to get more independence, but it costs a lot of human life, so it should be worth the sacrifice. So I don't know if separating from the Spain is so important. It's for you, for Basque people. If yes, well, then revolt. But try to avoid killing innocent people. I guess that's all I can say. But definitely, the landscape is beautiful, and we have absolutely no problem to play in Basque country. We don't have problem play almost anywhere except few countries, like I mentioned in previews, like Russia, China, Northern Korea, and well, other states which they don't behave really good to their citizens. So yes, well guys, whatever you want, some Ninja Turtles, punk rock in the Basque country, let's text us and we can come and we will have a good time, because we definitely after or before the show we will go to the mountains. We all of us love the mountains, and then we go back to sea to enjoy a few days off. So let us know. We will have some KRANG punk rock holiday down at the Basque country. Okay, that's it. Last 3 questions.
Zein aukera dago talde berrientzat Txekiar Errepublikan jotzeko?
Well, since Corona, it's getting it's a little bit harder, because some clubs oh, sorry, I have to drink with my troll glass. Some clubs bankrupt, some clubs don't get any other support from the government, so they are not able to survive or to live or do shows, especially punk rock shows, because it's not a money maker. But as for a new band to play in Czech Republic, it's kind of good, because the scene is not that bad. There's still happening shows in a lot of towns. You can't expect 100 people on every show. That's not happening, especially for a new band. But we have a lot of places, a lot of shows going on. There is also there is possibility to play live and to show yourself. The community kind of care, so well, it's not the best in the world, but definitely yes, we need the new bands, because well, if there will be no new bands, there will be no old famous bands, right? Everyone has to start somewhere, so let's go.
Zeintzuk dira musikarekin hartu dituzuen sorpresarik handienak?
That's a good question. The biggest surprise, well, one of those surprises are the touring, like touring around the planet, and you will think that the punk rock show in Japan is the same as punk rock show anywhere in Mexico, but no, definitely different mentality, different crowd, different behavior, and it's not and it's always super cool to recognize those differences, those like, you know, in Japan, for example, those silent people after you play a song, and they just you're just quiet and waiting, and then you start playing, and they start climbing on the walls, you know. Then well, a lot of different. So that's super surprised that like always not inventing. What's the word? The English is always looking for new types of crowd and new behavior of the people who are at the shows. That's really surprising. Also, it's surprising that with like that a small band from village in East Czech Republic can tour so many places. So it's not about to be from the capital and to be American band, but you can do it. There's a lot of work and everything around it. It's super hard, but that surprised me that it was working, and we can do it. So that's another surprise. And yeah, well, there's a surprise on every show we play. It's always something new. That's cool. I think you know it very well. You come to the show and there's always something happening. Someone come with something new, and well, what happened? Someone gets drunk and just shit on the floor or something. I don't know. That's always something surprising at each show. Okay, and the last question.
Elkarrizketa amaitzeko nahi duzuna gaitu dezakezu.
Well, thank you very much for giving us space, or giving me and KRANG guys a space to have this interview. Well, go to the punk rock shows, buy records of the bands, do the punk rock shows, start the new bands, take care about people and nature around yourself. Nobody else will do that for you. And build a community, because well, the punk rock is the last line of defense between that evil world there, full of selfishness and everything, and greed and intolerance, racism, and everything. And then there's this wall, which is punk rock, and then you are there hidden behind the wall. And yes, for me it helps. I read a lot, comic books, everything, listen to music, talk to people. That's my 2 cents on the end. So thank you very much for listening, and see you at the show or anywhere else. Okay, adios.